Hi, everyone. It's Susan with the Narcissistic Abuse Journey Alliance. I hope you are all working on your happiness quotient after the narcissist. Remember, happiness is a choice. This video is sort of a part 2 of my last video, the Narcissist New Supply. In that video, I talk about how the Narcissist New Supply contacted me by email, and I chose not to engage her. Well, about a month later, she contacted me again. She wanted to know if she was being played by the narcissist, if we were being played. I answered this time and said yes. Evidently, we both were being played. He was having his cake and eating it too, lying to both of us. She wanted to have coffee and vent, she said. She said she was so upset. I was upset too. So, how would that go, I asked myself. I said to myself, no. I found her highly manipulative the first time she contacted me, and not up front. She seemed to be baiting me. I said to myself, I am not going to sit there and listen to her ventilate while I was in pain too. I actually had a wave of self-preservation come over me. I have feelings too about the whole thing, I said to myself, and I need to protect myself, my energy, my heart. And I fight my own battles. I wrote back and said, no, I can't meet for coffee. I wasn't going to join forces with her. It would be futile. I had no intentions of getting drawn into a 3-ring circus. I had confronted the narcissist on numerous occasions to no avail. And plus, to sit there and go back and forth, compulsion repetition, about our experiences with him would only energetically fuel him. Energetically, he was the only one who would benefit by the two of us plugging in the vibulator and sending an invisible message to him that he was ever so important. She said there were others, other women. She had names, and I don't know how she got the names, or my name for that matter, except she violated boundaries, evidently, and snooped through the narcissist stuff. I already knew that there were others. Then she said, when I found your red bra at his place, he said it was his mother's. Ha ha ha, she said, and had a laughing emoji thing next to that. And I said, not mine. I don't wear a bra. That's a joke. A big joke. I'm just kidding. I didn't answer her. I didn't think that was funny at all, and I found myself holding my breath. But you see what she was doing, right? When she said that to me, I absolutely knew that she was baiting me. It was hugely manipulative, and I wanted no part of it. She was fishing around, trying to figure out what my sexual status was with the narcissist. I thought that was pretty underhanded. I almost wanted to help her, educate her before she said that. But when she said that, I knew she was toxic too. She asked me, was I with him on this evening or that evening, because he was playing cat and mouse with her. Again, I didn't answer. Of course he was. He did that to me all the time. She said he said this about me and that about me. A real good smear campaign he had been concocting. Evidently. All lies. And he also owed her money. She gave him money. I didn't go down that road with him. I knew then that the only one who was going to get hurt in this 3-ring circus was me. The writing on the wall was fire engine red. So I took the matter into my own hands and did what was best for me. I was telling a friend of mine about the whole thing, and she said, that woman is jealous of you, and she's trying to hurt you. Stay far away from her. This narcissist wasn't my first rodeo. I wasn't blind to his behavior. I knew the signs and symptoms of the harem members and flying monkeys, but this particular narcissist, I think he was the worst. He had a big harem that he had cultivated and crafted over the years, filled with women that couldn't move on in life, women that hadn't worked on themselves, women in bad marriages, women that wanted to be his surrogate mother, surrogate wife or girlfriend, and his savior. And they were all stuck. He called them all his friends, all demoted to the friend zone. They were codependent, addicted to his victim MO, playing right into his manipulation games. He had a whole host of other problems on top of being a toxic narcissist. Dare I say he was a full-blown NPD. Super controlling, stealth control, rigid, no flexibility whatsoever. Everything had to be on his terms. No empathy. Could never see my point of view. I'll say he refused to see my point of view. And he was never on my side. When I would confront him about a concern I had, he would lapse back into his native tongue, yelling, screaming, a real narcissistic rage, where he would threaten abandonment, trying to get me to submit and back down, which worked for about the first half of the relationship. This happened any time I expressed my own needs or wants, or wanted to have an adult discussion about an important matter. A narcissist loves to recruit submissive supply. That's good supply to them, someone who won't challenge or confront them. I gave him a chance because there were things I liked about him, of course, and I wanted to see if he could make some necessary changes. But he couldn't, and by the time the new supply showed up, I was already exhausted and devalued by him. I want to shine a light on the fact that many times the new supply is old supply resurrected. Just new supply to you. And that was the case here. This woman had been hanging around for years, taking the narc's crumbs, on and off, I think. This is many times the case, since these people can't let go of anything, nor move on, just as the narcissist can't move on. So she wasn't new supply to him, just to me, and she had taken up a romantic interest in him again, this time around. She was a woman on a mission. She had been chasing the narcissist around town for months, and now she was trying to get information and answers. She was confused. I had been confused too, many times, and the confusion, being confused, is a telltale sign that you are dealing with a covert narcissist. A covert narcissist loves to confuse their target. When I confronted the narcissist about the whole thing, he was denying everything, of course, and desperately scrambling around trying to keep her as supply. He already knew I wasn't good supply anymore at that point. He didn't seem to care, though, that she had violated his privacy, or violated me. Just more supply for him, drama. The more drama, the better. But what was interesting to me was that the narcissist was going to lose on one level with her, because this source of supply had taken a step toward consciousness, which was a good thing, of course, by contacting me. He had lied and manipulated her, and I guess she was getting tired of it. And he would not be able to get away with the same shit sauce he had been slathering all over her. She was getting sick of eating the shit sandwich. His jig was up with her on a certain level. Their relationship would never be the same again. She was beginning to see the ugly truth and reality of who he really was. Once again, the narcissist shoots himself in the foot. Because a narcissist always needs supply and validation from others, a harem or stable and flying monkeys, who are unconscious and unaware of toxic narcissistic behavior, they enable the narcissist through the years, allow the narcissist to hoover them, never letting go, and then being available months or years later, sometimes to renew the romantic relationship. Most of the time, these sources of supply have had trouble over the years keeping and maintaining romantic relationships and serve themselves up to the narcissist as the needed and understanding friend. He didn't care about anyone except himself. Funny thing is, she was so mad, the new supply, just as I had been mad so many times. I said to myself, I think I'll sit back and let her take him down. Water seeks its own level. I've learned a few things over the years, and one important thing to remember is, never wrestle with a pig. You get dirty, and besides, the pig likes it. That's a great quote from George Bernard Shaw. I believe in you. Take the time to work on yourself and get in touch with your feelings. That's the antidote after you've dealt with a toxic narcissist. You will only come out on top if you do that. Anything worth doing takes work. I hope my videos strike a chord with you. I want us together raising awareness about narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and toxic relationships, because that is the way we will make the world a better place. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment below. I love your comments. Sending you all a tight hug and love. Stay healthy and safe, and I'll be in touch again soon.